This is going to be a quick video that shows how we can do an expense report, and then it becomes easy to import into or enter into QuickBooks using just Excel. There are various tools that you can use to create the expense reports. Sometimes they are vastly more complicated than what's necessary. So a lot of times I'm just using spreadsheets and just to create an employee expense report. The problem is if you entered your if you reconciled and imported your personal credit cards into QuickBooks, then it will affect the company records unless you do very advanced things, and then everything just becomes more complicated. So it actually makes more sense to just create a proper expense report, like when you work for a big company, and submit that to yourself, and then enter a split based on the categories. So that's what we're going to try to do here. I created this expense report template, and I'll make this available to everyone. Basically, what you do is this one has categories set up and methods. Methods meaning the different kinds of credit cards you want to submit reports for, and then you have then you have the payment methods. So in my case, I have JetBlue and Chase, and I already prepared Chase, so it's already here. But I left JetBlue empty so I can show what I would do. So what you do is you download your transactions from the bank, and you copy the transactions over. So let's just do that. I have this open in another window, so it's just a CSV file I got from my JetBlue card, and I copy this over here. And now what I do is I make a table out of this. So this should theoretically, yeah. So this just made it into a table. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to filter. So it will only show the transactions that I care about, that I want to use on the expense report. In this case, um, in this case, I will use the Amazon Web Services, not my personal Apple bill. I'm not going to use my Equifax, and I'm not going to use my interest payment and my fitness club membership. And that's it basically, and not the payment. And so these are the transactions I want to use. And what I do now is I just copy the transaction date and description, go into the expense report, and I copy these over. And then I copy the cost for these things. And cost. And then I just categorize them. So the way the categories work, it's just a drop-down list that's driven from this spreadsheet. I mean, from the sheet. So you can just pick whatever category you set up in the sheet. You can add categories to it. Just make sure if you do that, to make sure the table gets extended and they get included in the range. So here I say, okay, phone is phone. Let's see. There should be a phone. I don't see a phone. There should be a phone. Yeah, phone. Okay, the next one is it could be cloud or software. Okay, let's just pick software. And the next one is it's going to be internet. Next one is going to be it's GitHub. Let's just say it's is software. And then this is software. And then this is cloud. Okay. So now you pick the method. The method becomes important because we're gonna create a pivot table based on this. So then you can summarize based on the different kinds of payment methods like credit cards and ACH transfers. So the method in this case for all of them is going to be JetBlue. You can pick them one by one, or you could also copy them. JetBlue, 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 and JetBlue. Okay. And now you do the same thing for Chase. So I already filtered this one. Just copy the um, I just copy the transaction date and the description. Copy this over. And then I copy the amounts. Again, this is already the filter table, so it already only shows the transactions that I want to include on the report. I copy this into cost, and then I categorize them one by one. So I just go down and advertising. It would be advertising. It would be let's see, Adobe would be software. Okay, this would be small equipment, and this would be software, and so on until everything is done. So let's just say, we stop here. So let's say Canva software, and then we don't really need to finish the whole thing. And then now this can you go into data and you say refresh all, and it's just going to give you nice little categorization. So you see advertising grouped and internet grouped and phone and equipment and small equipment, software, and so on. So what you can do, and in here you can change the categories. So if you're interested in a summarization first by method, like you want to know how much you have to pay each card, then you just pull that as the first categorization. And if you're entering this into QuickBooks, then you are interested in the category first. So you pull that up, and these are the numbers you have to use when you enter the split. So in QuickBooks, you can use this expense report. So this is gonna be your report. Let's tidy this up a little bit. And you can should be able to actually, one easy way of doing this is just setting the entire page to a certain font. And and you can also delete the lines you don't need. I just added a lot of lines because it's easier to delete lines from a table than to add them. Just delete these. And there you have it. Yeah, that's the expense report. And then you can print a PDF of this, or you can just use it as a spreadsheet. And when you create your when you do your bank transaction import, you can use this to create the splits in QuickBooks. So this is what you do. This is what I'm using to enter my splits. Again, there are software solutions that you can pay for, but this is just a really simple thing to do, and you have more control. Thank you for listening. This is Cornel Cesar. Bye bye.